Hello, word explorers! Today, we're diving into the mystery of three irregular words: said, says, and again. These words might look strange because they don't follow the phonetic patterns we've learned, but they have fascinating histories that explain their unusual spellings. Let's embark on a journey through time to uncover their secrets. Let's start with the common word, said. This word comes from Old English, which was spoken over 1,000 years ago. Back then, it was spelled like this. Imagine a person in medieval England saying "said" instead of "said." "I said, please pass the pepper." Interestingly, some people in Scotland and other places in the world still pronounce the word "said" with a long A. That would make the AI vowel team make sense. However, like many words, pronunciation changed over time. We can remember how to spell this word if we channel our Old English accents and say "said" as we spell it. Now, let's talk about the word says. This word is the present tense of say and also comes from Old English. In Old English, say was spelled like this. Over time, the spelling and pronunciation evolved. Even though says looks like it should rhyme with pays, it actually rhymes with pez. The pronunciation changed, but the spelling stayed close to its historical roots. If we look even closer at both these irregular words, we'll discover that said can be traced back to the archaic word Seth. Seth was commonly used until it was replaced with says in the 13th century. Both say and said come from the same Old English root, sek-gan, which means to utter, inform, or speak. Looking at the origins of these words helps explain their spelling and pronunciation. Now, let's talk about again. This word also has an interesting past. It comes from the Old English word on yen. Over time, the pronunciation changed to again or again, but the spelling became this, A-G-A-I-N, again. Even though the spelling looks different, it reminds us of its Old English roots. So when we see the words said, says, and again, remember that sometimes the way words are pronounced changes over time, but the spelling stays the same to keep a connection to their history. Here's a fun fact. Learning about the history of words is called etymology. It helps us understand why words look and sound the way they do. It's like being a detective, uncovering the old stories behind our language. Irregular words may seem tricky, but they often connect us to the past and show how rich and interesting our language really is. Keep exploring, young etymologists, and discover more amazing stories in the world of words.